The Indiana Pacers, despite being a team filled with unheralded talent, have proven themselves to be one of the most exciting squads to watch in the NBA. With a mix of overlooked players and high-flying athletes, they possess a dynamic and fast-paced style of play that has captured the league's attention. Their ability to run the floor at an electrifying pace, coupled with a team-first mentality, makes them a serious contender in any matchup. However, the focus quickly shifts to the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that, despite a strong regular season, faltered when it mattered most. It's not hard to understand why the Cavaliers have come under intense scrutiny. After finishing the regular season with an impressive 64 wins, their inability to reach the conference finals is nothing short of a disaster. The expectation was that a team of their caliber, led by superstar Donovan Mitchell, would be capable of handling the challenge posed by the Pacers, a squad that was not widely seen as a serious threat. But instead, Cleveland found itself sent packing, embarrassed by a Pacers team that was not expected to compete on their level. Mitchell, undoubtedly the face of the franchise, has long been regarded as one of the league's premier players. His talent is undeniable, and his leadership both on and off the court makes him a key asset for Cavaliers. But this postseason, his efforts were not enough to carry his team past the Pacers. It's clear that the Cavaliers' failure to get past the Pacers is not solely on Mitchell's shoulders, but when a franchise record 64 wins end with such a disappointing exit, questions must be raised about the supporting cast around him. Mitchell's 30-point performances in 3 straight home losses to the Pacers are not enough to offset the bigger issues plaguing the team. While Mitchell's determination and grit are commendable, particularly considering the injuries he fought through, the reality is that professional sports are results-driven. And in this case, the result was a colossal failure. The Cavaliers' playoff performance, specifically the 3 straight home losses, is a black mark on a season that promised so much. Cleveland's shortcomings, particularly in games on their home court, are hard to ignore. Losing in front of their own fans in such dramatic fashion has left a lasting sting. There's also the matter of accountability. Darius Garland, who has been one of the team's key players, made waves post-game with comments about the physical toll that players endure during the season. While his sentiment is understandable, it is hard to feel sympathy when the expectation is that every player is injured at this stage of the playoffs. This is not an excuse. This is the nature of the postseason. Every team is banged up, yet some teams manage to rise above adversity. The Cavaliers' failure to do so only adds to the growing sense of frustration surrounding the franchise. Mitchell's post-game comments reflected the heartache and frustration within the Cavaliers' locker room. He acknowledged that despite their efforts, the team came up short. However, his plea to use the criticism as motivation for the future also pointed to the fact that the Cavaliers have a lot of soul-searching to do. Criticism, in the end, is warranted because of the high expectations that were set after such an extraordinary regular season. The media's reaction to the Cavaliers' early exit from the playoffs is not an attack on Mitchell, but a reflection of the missed opportunity. With all the praise given to the team during the regular season, they were expected to at least make it to the conference finals. The fact that they fell short speaks volumes about the disconnect between potential and execution. The Cavaliers now face some difficult decisions. While Mitchell is clearly the centerpiece of their team, the supporting cast is underwhelming. The team needs to add more grit and toughness, qualities that were sorely missing in their playoff series against the Pacers. This is where the conversation about the need for more dogs in the locker room comes into play. The Cavaliers need players who aren't just skilled, but are relentless in their pursuit of victory. Players who can step up when the pressure is highest. Mitchell's star power alone isn't enough to carry a team through the grueling demands of the postseason. The Cavaliers need to surround him with players who can complement his play and match his intensity, and there are few players on the roster who simply aren't providing that level of play. The conversation then turns to the possibility of changes to the roster. The Cavaliers need to identify the players who are not living up to expectations and look to move them in exchange for more reliable, battle-tested talent. The team could look to trade players like Darius Garland or Jarrett Allen, both of whom have value, but may not fit perfectly with Mitchell's style of play. Garland, in particular, has been part of a backcourt that has shown its limitations defensively, with opposing teams often exploiting the duo's weaknesses. Trading one of these players might bring back a more defensive-minded player or a competitor who can bring the necessary grit to the team. While Cleveland has the talent to compete at the highest levels, they need a shift in mindset and approach. Adding more heart and toughness to the mix is essential if they want to reach their full potential. They've proven that they can win regular season games, but in the playoffs, it's not just about talent. It's about attitude and execution when the pressure is on. For the Cavaliers to take that next step, they need to embrace the difficult truth that their current formula isn't working and make the tough calls necessary to reshape the roster for the future. Until they do that, they will continue to fall short of their lofty goals. As for the Pacers, their rise has been a testament to their front office's ability to identify talent and cultivate a team-oriented atmosphere. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, now have to evaluate what went wrong and take the necessary steps to avoid being just another team with great potential but no playoff success to show for it. The path to contention for Cleveland may not lie in more draft picks or high-priced acquisitions, but rather in the acquisition of players who can provide the toughness and tenacity required to win when it matters most. Without that, the Cavaliers' hopes for future championship runs will remain nothing more than a pipe dream.